Troglodyte warning. Elon Musk has made a complete fool of himself over the last few weeks, infighting with MAGA over H-1B visas, conflicted between the desire to have his balls massaged by neo-Nazis on Twitter and exploit cheap labour. Also, he Sieg Heil the other day. Even Nick Fuentes, a prominent neo-Nazi, was impressed by it. And now he's gone mask off Nazi at a AFD rally where he video called in time for the elections next month. So let's get straight into the video.
The audio I'm hearing from my side is I can't hear you. So hopefully this is coming through. Please confirm that
Tech genius there.
you can hear me okay? I don't know, raise your hand or something. Okay.
That would be very apropos. Raise your hand and they all Sieg Heil. Do you get it? Okay, no mind.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, I wanted to really say that I'm very excited for the IFD. And
The IFD. He's so awkward, isn't he? Why can't he just communicate properly? So awkward.
I think you're really the best hope for Germany. I think some things that
Come up with some talking points. Come on, just write a few little points down. Like, have some preparation.
something I think that is just very important is that people take pride in Germany and being German. This is very important.
That's all they ever go on about is pride. I mean, do they even have pride for what they believe? Like, do these neo-Nazis and people like this actually like their country? They just hate other people. It's not about a love for your country. They don't care about the country. Elon Musk doesn't care about America, really, inherently, or South Africa, and AFD members aren't loving of German culture. They just despise brown people and the other. It's all about hatred of the other. They just don't want other people here that aren't white. So there's not a pride there. White pride often isn't a pride of their own culture and a celebration of the distinct. I think you should celebrate your culture, but they don't. It's always a hatred.
it's okay to be proud to be German. This is a very important principle, and it's okay. It's good to be proud of German culture, German values.
Again, the dog whistles. That's what it is. Like, he's going mask off here, and again, we're in such UK specifically. Nigel Farage is master of the dog whistles, and people. I think a certain amount of people don't know really what he represents, and they believe it. They believe, oh yeah, it's culture, and they don't understand the layers of like he knows what he's doing. He signals certain things like, well, our cultures, i.e., British culture, white people, are kind of better, aren't we? Oh, we are kind of a bit better than those brown people. But obviously, he can't come out and say it, and this is what people believe. They won't say it. They don't want to be explicit in their racism, but this is exactly what it is. And people say he's not a neo-Nazi. They're like, oh no, he didn't Sieg Heil. It's just love for his country. He has no love for anything above himself, money, and just hatred. He obviously has a lot of hatred in his heart.
And not to lose that in some sort of multicultural.
Lose that. I mean, culture is constantly changing. There's no point in history ever, no civilization, no country where culture has been this static, inert thing. It's constantly changing. And that's the beauty of it, that we have, as humans, have moved from Africa over the last 14 to 20,000 years, and we've just gone all over the world and we've spread culture, distinctive human tendencies to adapt to their environment, and that's a good thing. Like, and it will be changing in 100 years. It changed 100,000 years ago. In 100 years, it will be changed. It's inevitable. But by fighting against it, I think you are fighting against nature in a way.
That dilutes everything. There's I think we want.
I mean, that's just mask off. This is the mask off moment. Dilutes. This is This is Nazi talking points explicitly. Blood and soil dilutes the population, dilutes the blood, dilutes the purity of the Aryan race. This is Nazi talking points.
We want to have unique cultures in the world. We want to have people that have.
But it's ironic, we do have unique cultures, but often it's undermined by capitalism and the homogeneity of capitalism, which just makes everything the same. So actually, when you go to cultures, often multicultural cultures, like go to New York, go to London, go to Paris, where these people from all over the world come together. These are the best places to be because they are a representation of all of humanity, not just a small amount. And actually, these are the best places to be. I'm sorry, they are. Like, you go to cities, there's stuff to do, there's fun to be had, there's people to meet, there's food to be had, and you can experience the arts and experience life.
We don't want everything to be the same everywhere, where it's just one big sort of soup. We want to have.
What does that even mean? Like one big soup? Well, it's not. You go to, a state like Mississippi, you go to somewhere like Belgium, they're very different. Like, a lot of our culture has been maintained. I mean, look at Europe, for example. The difference between somewhere like Spain, the UK, Germany, Denmark. These are, I mean, predominantly white countries, but they are so diverse in their culture. And the idea that Germans are losing their culture, they've got a very distinct culture, a distinct history, and it's simply not happening. Like, but they have to believe it is. Fascism is an incoherent ideology where you need a constant other to war against, and there's a constant war to be fought. And they're coming for your women, they're coming for the children, they're coming for the culture. And it is a crisis of capitalism. It's inequality that drives this at the end of the day. It's not somehow, oh, people are really concerned about the culture. No, they're displacing that onto dog whistles and race. It's actually, they're not doing very well because we live in deeply unequal societies where there's a massive correlation between mental health, drug use, alcoholism, gambling, teenage pregnancy. So many social ills are correlated to income inequality.
Something where it's you go to different countries and you experience a different culture, and it is unique and special and good.
He's like a child. He talks like he's unique and it's good. Like, it's good. Us versus them. Good versus evil. We're the good guys. They're the bad guys. And this division of, again, us versus them. It's mask off Nazi talking points. And people are on the right are completely in denial. Like, you talk to reform supporters, anyone who supports reform, they're in complete denial that they're far right. That these are far right talking points. That the dog whistles, the obfuscation, the cowardice to like say, "Oh, my town's changing." Yes, it was different 60 years ago to what it was 400 years ago during Shakespeare's time. Times change. It's inevitable.
Unfortunately, I when you talk, Alice, I can only hear some of your words. My apologies. I can only hear some of your words. But
Tech genius.
let's go.
Oh, he's so cringe, isn't he? When he's like jumping and dancing, it's it's bad.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Fight for a great future for Germany. Fight for a great future for Germany.
Oh my god, it's like when he was saying USA, USA, USA. He's so awkward.
Go, go, go. Convince your friends. Convince everyone. Let's go. Yay.
Oh my god.
Be excited about the future. And if you want to make the
This is the superior race, by the way. This is here. Here he is.
future great, if you want the future to be great, you need to make it great and fight for the future to be great. That's how it becomes great.
Oh my god, such wisdom, such insight into the human mind, the human soul, what we are as a species. So he is a tech genius. I mean, he has earned being the richest man on the planet. We live in a meritocracy. I hope they don't win now. If this actually mobilizes people to go out and vote for the IFD, as he calls them, they're actually called the AFD, I will be quite upset. So hit the like button and I'll see you next time.